We're going to talk about poop and constipation and where it comes from. We all go to the bathroom. We all do this. But it's really become a chronic issue, especially in infants. And it can cause other issues like GERD, lack of ability for milestones and so forth because of lack of ability to move gas and lack of ability to move fecal matter. So the reason nursing is so beneficial, first of all, because of this. When I'm doing this, right, and I'm nursing and I'm going to breast tissue, if you notice, right, I'm crossing a total midline. Your vertebrae in your back are like little old washing machines. The vertebrae of the spine are meant to massage all your organs, from your lungs, your heart, and your intestines, your stomach. So when you're moving like this, you're actually getting the benefit not only of the massage, the movement from within, because again, this is a pretty, people think of the spine as just the back processes, but this is a lot, that's going through. And I'll be talking about all levels of constipation and pooing in just a series of these kind of lives. So when I'm nursing, right, it's getting that washboard effect, and that's why nurse babies poo more efficiently. They just do. Now, your diet will come into play. So if you're eating a bunch, no offense, junk food, those proteins are still going through the system. And also what you have to realize too, this is bilateral. So I'm going to be nursing to the one side, but then you're going to move me around and I'm going to nurse over to the other side. So I'm getting a bilateral feed. When I'm working with the bottle, I'm flat backed. People don't want to change the bottle out. They use way too big of a bottle on a baby because they don't want to get up 5 times with the smaller bottles. It's a lot more cleaning. And so I'm here. I'm usually being fed by a right-handed person in general, and this is the only way I'm feeding, right? What I do see as well as, and this has just got to stop, it should be outlawed. A child's in a car seat. Why is this bad? Gas can't come out when you're in a car seat. If you're at a 33-degree angle and you're here, right, where do you want this to go? You get a pretty big gas bubble, and this is what happens. Babies in a car seat too long, you lie them down, they start screaming. And you'll start saying, well, my baby's more comfortable in a car seat. Yeah, because this isn't moving. They get a big gas bubble. It rises up to the transcending colon. Okay, the large intestine goes ascending, transcending, descending, and then into your sigmoid. And you have issues. So now you have this giant gas bubble and it's going to move down and you go into a big movement. What do I always tell you? If something's uncomfortable or it hurts them, they're going to avoid it. We can't have a child avoiding movement. And so at this point too, you've got tummy time coming into play. Before rolling over, but I had to roll over to get in this position. Tummy time is a really important matter because, again, look at my spine. When tummy time is done right, it's like a pre-crawl, but look at how my spine is learning how to cross midline. Again, I'm massaging my organs and I'm moving my intestines around. And this is what happens. When I am doing a head lift, guess what? My spine's not moving. When you're propping a baby like this, guess what? My spine's not moving. When a baby's tush comes up, their arms go back, my spine's not moving. My chances of being a constipated baby go way up. By the way, you should be, including adults, be eliminating really after every meal. You should be going about 3 times a day in small amounts. And most of you right now are going like, I can go 3 days. Yeah, that's not a good thing. And especially if you're saying, I can go a week. That's really not a good thing. So, again, these kind of movements are there, and they're going into a pre-crawl. This is moving your bowels. This is not moving your bowels. This is not moving your bowels. And so, again, now you have a constipated baby, a baby that can't move their gas around. Or again, you go to move them, and if you're getting large amounts of gas that smells. Smelly gas is because it's been fermenting. You're giving a lot of fruits, you're eating fruits, it gets stuck, and you've got fermentation, just like wine or beer, going on in your intestines, and that's where the smell comes from. Again, when you have good transit, you don't really have the bowel problems or the smells that you would do. So that's what goes on in basic development. So again, when I'm here and moving around and rolling over, and I'm rolling over, I'm crossing midline all with my bowels. And this is why rolling over gets to be so important, especially grabbing the feet and then coming to sitting, because you're also starting to consume bigger things, fibrous material. Your baby should be going from a milk-based diet, a formula-based diet, however you want to look at it, and it's going to rice cereals and stuff that are binding, fibrous, and that's what happens, right? So you're moving here, and you're starting to move these things. And that's why coming to sitting through your back is so important, and coming back down, because I'm working on this. Now, a child who is sitting there and sitting, we go back here, and like this. Oh, my child is independent sitting. Where do you expect the fecal matter to go when they have this? You can call it low tone, and you can call it whatever you want, but this child is going to be more constipated. At this stage, you should have pubic bone strike. Pubic bone strike also allows the coccyx. The coccyx is learning your fecal matter is coming down, and it bears weight on your tailbone. And then eventually, there's too much weight, just like your tongue. Tongue gets a swallow, and you get elimination. So when I'm here, and I'm moving here, and I see these kind of things, and I'm doing these, very much like when you're working out and doing a Russian twist, and you're doing those kind of things. Again, you're massaging your organs to create those things. Going from here into all fours, right? Again, my spine is crossing midline. What's happening more and more that you see babies, heavy head, rolling over again. When I'm like this, there's no crossing midline. And you might say, oh, my kid's rolling over. You know there's a problem because their arm's stuck. And you're going into this, where you're going to go with that, right? Versus, again, when I'm rolling over, I have a good midline crossing. So again, what's happening more and more with these kids, their heads are down. So now they want to get up. And they're going to find a way to do it. So if they get up this way or this way, and they're pushing, and they're trying to get into that, and then eventually they'll go, I can't do it. They'll go into like a W sit. I can get to about here. My spine didn't cross midline. I'm going to have issues with elimination, right? And so when I'm here, or guess what? I'm army crawling. You know, my tush isn't working, and I'm not eliminating. And this is where, again, guys, everything that your baby does is a milestone, including pooing. Constipation is not a milestone that you're looking for. If your baby is constipated, your baby has severe allergens, where you have delayed motility, or you have developmental delays of some sort, or developmental deviations, I'd like to say at this stage, that's creating the inability to go to the bathroom to eliminate. So I'm going to go on to it, going into showing what complications can show with like CP and autism and things like that. But right now, this is where the movement of your fecal matter and learning how to control your waste starts. Hi, it's Michelle from Movement Lesson. This is part of a series for constipation, for pooping, and for midlines. I have a complete constipation course that is available that you can work on somebody. It is one of the biggest problems, believe it or not, with our toddlers, our infants, and our children, not just for us, for our aging. To get the full video series, you can find it at movementlesson.academy. The full link is below. Thanks.